Alrighty, so today I'm going to do a review of my Mighty Max set from the 90s, from my childhood. I literally got this from my childhood. Now this is a Doom Zone Mighty Max Squishes the Fly set. It's like from Series 3. So I'm going to give you a rundown of what Mighty Max is. But basically this is really not just a figure. It opens up to a diorama of sorts. And then when you see it over here, it's got this. Yeah, it's got these M and M for Mighty Max. You know, that's not Marshall Mathers, that's not M&M candies, that's Mighty Max. So first and foremost, let's check out this fly. So this fly looks awesome, if you ask me. Looks pretty awesome. And the eyes are awesome, and they're pretty sticky. When I got this back when I was a kid, they were kind of sticky. I think it's really part of the effect because it's supposed to be a fly, and when you zoom in, it looks gooey. So the plastic is kind of, it's plastic, but it has like this gooey coating on it. I think it's intentional, but it feels good. It feels good. So when you check this out, it's got these nice translucent wings over here with the veins. It's got a little fuzz on his butt parts. This one's got a nice texture over here. It feels like it's got pores. And these are his legs. His legs have fly barbs. So overall, it's a good set. And then you can see here, let's try to get a focus on it. Bluebird. It's made by Bluebird, but distributed by Mattel back in the early 90s, I think. But yeah, the blister, I mean, I got the box somewhere. Actually, it's more of a blister pack. And it says Mattel, but the toy itself says Bluebird. So, I'm going to be giving a rundown of the different parts, but overall, as a fly, it looks like a pretty great display piece, and it looks nice all on its own. And it's got this pretty cool feature. Let me just show you something. You could lift this up and swing these things open, and this is one of the characters that it comes with. And this thing is actually like a spaceship, and this is the cockpit, and that's pretty awesome. So this fly thing can actually be like a spaceship, like bzzz, spaceship right over there. And there you got to see the cockpit, and that's one of the characters. So in a few, I'm going to open up this set and give you a rundown of its parts. So this is a Mighty Max set. So what happens is these things can open up, and it sort of becomes like a little world inside over there. And I'm going to run you through the figure by figure. So let's take off the components. Oh, this guy's a little character. And oh, there's Max hidden over there. So right now, let's go figure by figure, piece by piece of what this thing has to offer you. So first and foremost, this is Mighty Max over here. So the story revolves around him. Let me just get the camera focused on him. All right, there he goes. The story revolves around this guy. There was a animated cartoon series of this back in the 90s that I used to watch. I used to love it. But I'll give you a quick rundown of what Mighty Max is. So Mighty Max, he's a teenager, lower end teenager, like a 13-year-old. He's wearing this cap because that's actually the cosmic cap. Long story short, it can open up portals and he goes through them. Like in the series, he has a portal. He's got a portal in his basement that leads to the center of the earth, where he fights his main enemy, Skullmaster. And from the center of the earth, there's a portal that goes to Australia, so he could backtrack to his house. So yeah, and these things open up portals. You could watch the series. I mean, it's out there. It's like 40 plus episodes. And that series is based on this toy line. So the first thing I'll show you is, yeah, Mighty Max. He's pretty well painted. Non-moving figure with woolly pale painted. This thing, it looks like he's carrying a wrench, but I believe this is a slingshot. But I have to admit, it looks like a wrench, and it looks like he has a little toolbox in his belt. But from what I know, that is a slingshot. So he's got his jeans, his shirt that says M for Max, his cosmic cap, and the slingshot. So it's a nice figure. Well painted. All right. Next off, we got the antagonist of the set. So this is coming from the premise that this fly set, let's move this thing over here. This fly set, this is the main villain over here. Yeah. So this guy is Fly Guy. At least that's what the box says. So it's sculpted pretty well if you take a look at him. He's supposed to be a fly, but he kind of looks like purple puke that grew eyes. And if you look at it, you get to see that he's got all these nice details on him. So in the toy, he's supposed to be a vampiric fly. So he sucks your blood. Would have been better suited if he was a mosquito, but I guess in the hierarchy of things, flies are higher than mosquitoes. But yeah, he's a fly that sucks your blood. And if you look at the sculpt, that's his outreached hand, that's his eyes. I like the way the eyes are green, kind of lime green with some darker green speckles. And he looks like he's holding a gun. I mean, the gun is not painted in silver or anything, but it's kind of shaped like a gun, but it's also in purple. But yeah, that's what I think. So this is Fly Guy. Next off, we got Fly Guy's henchman. Now, according to the box, this guy is Drax. Yes, Drax. Anyways, Drax, during storage, he pops out here. So he's the wings of the fly, but he's an individual character also. He's the goon of this guy. So it's a pretty well sculpted figure. Let's get a close up of him. Green eyes, fuzzy back, and he's got these claw hands. So the claw hands are pretty useful because, like any good minion, he could hold Max, kind of like this. Capture him. It's like, Master, I've brought him to you. Yeah, and Fly Guy could be like, excellent, you've brought a mighty one to me. Yeah, Max is called the mighty one. So overall, this is a nice figure. The only moving parts are the wings. As you can see, the wings go whoop, whoop, whoop. They swivel around. And other than that, it's a very well painted figure, but nice detailing over here. You can see the insect details, his insect bits. You get to see the spikes on his back, his green eyes, and he has a, let's get a zoom there, he has a underbite. Yeah, an underbite. So it's a good enough figure. You could, playability is good, you could fly him around over here. Alright, so this is, once again, this is Drax. So I reckon he's the muscle. He's the muscle of Fly Guy in this set. Next off, we have the leg section of the fly that also comes out. So this one looks pretty cool as well. This is the leg portion. It's got these mechanical bits over here. It looks like it's got something like a laser gun and a saw, a little bit of a circular saw here, and a control panel. So, and it also has this little, I don't know if you can see it, this little indent. Because Max can ride it. So here's your Max figure, and you can ride it over here. And I guess in the set, you could imagine that Max stole this and is going to fight the Fly Guy with this. No, it doesn't really have any moving parts. It's just a static figure, but it's painted well. It's got this little purple ooze, silver mechanical parts, and these organic fly parts. I kind of imagine that this is like that movie, The Fly, where in the end of that movie, Jeff Goldblum, when he was like a fly monster, got fused with some metal parts. It reminds me of this. These fly legs got fused to this metal robot parts. So yeah. So the whole Mighty Max thing is sort of like Polly Pocket, but it's a horror theme. So this fits right in. So all of these, these are the components of the fly when you break them apart. So not bad at all. Pretty good. This is the main set, the base, like a diorama. So when you open it, it's pretty cool. So as mentioned, let's swing this down over here. This is like the cockpit. So a while ago I showed you it's kind of like a spaceship. Now what I like about this is it's got these little monitors up here. When you swing this thing open, it's got a monitor set. So it's nice to put the Fly Guy over here. It's like he's observing things. He's got a network of spy cameras all over the world. And he's all like, let me see what's going on in this country or that country. Yeah, you can look at it like, yeah, that's his monitor, it's his command station. And if you take a look at the detail, it's pretty good. They look like 90s TV sets on top of VCRs or on top of VHS players. That's how it looks to me. So a lot of nice detailing. It's a monitor set, and the figure can fit right here. So you can imagine he's scheming his nefarious schemes. Because as mentioned, in the context of this fly guy is some sort of blood-sucking vampire thingy. So it fits in the motif. And there's his cockpit. So you could put him here and pilot the cockpit. So it's like, you could play with this like he's flying his spaceship and making his evil plans. So it's a pretty good set. And then Max suddenly teleports in here. Woo! And he's right in here. So it's like it's really like, you know, the tagline of this toy line is "His fate is in your hands," and it's pretty true. It fits in the palm of my hand, and it's a very fun set. This is one of my favorite toys growing up. I used to come home and play with it. I didn't really bring it with me because I was afraid it might get lost. But after school, I'd come home and I'd play with it. Now let's swing over and see what's going on here. This is let's lower this thing down. Oh, it's there. We got a better angle. This thing is some sort of prison. So I can imagine that, you know, Drax could sort of drop Mighty Max in here like that. Oh, you're in fly jail now. Yeah. And then it's got some nice detailing. You get to see this web. Kind of looks like a web. And if you can see right here, there are sculpted people in it. Purple people, because they're like decaying. So this is like a detention center or a jail cell here in this set. So when you play with this, it could start off with Max being captured, and he could like break away and do some sabotage while inside this fly spaceship. Now you just have to lower it down to get him out. So the set is pretty cool, pretty complete, and there's a lot going on in this set to make a good storyline. So if you were to play with it, so when I was a kid, I had hours of entertainment playing with this. Even though it didn't move, no moving parts in the figure, it was still kind of fun. It's a complete set right here. You know, Fly Guy could be nefariously standing up there, and Max could be down here, and you could come up with all kinds of storylines. And this is his goon flying around. Seize him, Drax! Yeah, this guy still can't get over his name is Drax. But anyways, yeah, nice set if you ask me. Nice set. So this is the back of the box. You can see over there Mattel. So as mentioned, I have the back of the box here, somewhere hidden. I just don't know where it is right now, but I'm lucky enough to have a scanned copy. So let's get right through it. So we're gonna do a little bit of a read along here. So Max was a bright and pretty, well, let's get the little camera focus. There we go. Max was bright and pretty good at getting in and out of trouble, but he'd never forget the day he broke his mom's mysterious old statue and found the cosmic cap inside. How was he to know it made him the mighty one, able to travel instantly from place to place by means of time portals? And how are Max, his cosmic cap, and his two friends and protectors, wise old Virgil and fearless Norman, gonna measure up against the ultimate evil of the horrible fly? That's Norman. So as a kid, when I watched the cartoon, I thought this was a great character. He's like 7 feet tall, pure muscle, tough guy. I think he's voiced by Richard Mall. I think he came out in one of those Hercules. I think he came out in a sitcom as a big bailiff guy, and he came out in the Hercules series one time as a Cyclops. And this is Virgil, this chicken-looking guy. If you watch the show, he'd always say foul, actually. But yeah, he's voiced by Tony J. You know, Tony J did a whole bunch of voices. And there's Mighty Max. Yeah. Let's go to the story. So let me get the camera focused. So at the back of these Doom Zone sets, you got a nice little comic strip to get you going. So we're going to do another read-along here. So this is pretty cool. So the story so far. A series of bizarre disappearances leads Max to the hidden lair of the bloodthirsty vampire fly, who is using his victims to feed his thought control center. Okay, Fly, the game's up, and the blood-sucking's over. I've been expecting you. And so has Drax. Yo! You see, I have mastered thought control with the help of my Hypnotron. Yeah, well, you're certainly sending me to sleep. You dare to mock me. Oh, Fly, the powerful. I must obey you.
Excellent. Enter my web of despair.
So it's called the Web of Despair. That's what you think. Yeah, Mighty Max does a lot of quips.
Stop!
Too bad you missed me, and you nailed your own Hypnotron.
In that case, I will personally extract your blood, drop by drop.
Whoa, brutal.
Are you trying...
Oh, wrong voice. Are you trying to sweet-talk me again, Fly Guy? 'Cause I'll be right back. As soon as I've finished saving these guys and ruining your day.
Aye!
Bye-bye, guy. I'd like to stay, but I gotta fly. Yeah, Mighty Max is full of quips, but this is a nice comic strip. Gives you a rundown of what's going on the set. And below here, we get to see the other sets. So I got other Mighty Max sets. Actually, I just got another, just one other, but I'll do it in another review. So there's the shark, or the megalodon. Oh, it's called here the man-eater, saber-tooth. So some of these guys came out in the episodes. Like I remember, I watched the cartoon. I remember the hand episode, the gorilla episode. Yeah, there was a dinosaur episode. That saber-tooth episode was called Tar Wars. So pretty interesting. And over there we got Lava Lord's giant robot Magus. That's a set I wanted, but I was not able to get. But that's a cool set. It's like an action figure that opens up. And over there we get to see a bunch of the heroes. Kind of like the figures. They're static figures, but you know, they're pretty cool. They're painted well. So there, that's how the box looked back in the day. And it's got a nice comic going on back there. Alright, so here I got the front of the box. So let's see what it says over here. Mighty Max Squishes fly. Mighty Max is in big trouble. Join him in another spine-chilling adventure. So Fly Guy, prepare to die. Yeah, so Max doesn't really mince his words. I mean, yeah. And here we go.
Keep him alive. I'll need a snack later.
Oh, yeah, because he's a vampire. Too many bugs at this picnic. And over here you get to see sort of a diagram of how to... Yeah, I showed this to you a while ago. But yeah, how to take the fly apart. So there you have it there. Nice little art there of the fly in the bottom. Yeah, so it's I remember getting this set when I was a kid. I think I got it from one of the malls here called SM. And it was like just on sale. It was like 99 pesos, I think. And back then, when you convert our money to US dollar, that's like divide 99 by roughly 20. So it's probably like $5 back in the day. That was in 96 when I was a kid. So that's when I got this set. And it's pretty well preserved. Though I played with it, I wasn't too rough with it. And it's still in good condition up to now. Pristine condition. So it's a very fun set to have. You know. And there it is. I remembered right. It really was 99 pesos. 99.75 pesos. So my final thoughts on the set are, well, I love it. I love this set. It's one of my favorite toys growing up. I used to see the Mighty Max toy line a lot. I'd see them in the malls. I'd see them even in bookstores. There was a place called National Bookstore, and there were a bunch of them. I liked the way they look, but at first I wasn't really so into them because I like figures that can move, and these things are so tiny that they don't move. At least the figures, Max himself. But when I got this set, I enjoyed it. I mean, there's a lot of play options in it, and there's a lot of details inside, and the colors are so nice. And I also like the TV show. The TV show really got me into it. So, what else can I say about this set? The set is wonderful, and you should probably watch the TV show. Mighty Max is voiced by Rob Paulson. I mean, yeah, I remember that guy. That guy did voices of some of the Dino Rider Commandos. He was a voice in G.I. Joe. He is Raphael the Ninja Turtle in the old one. And in the newer one a few years back, he's Donatello the Ninja Turtle. And he's two aerial bots. He's got a distinct voice, so I can recognize it. Rob Paulson. I mean, I think he was He was Slingshot, that guy who was talking smack to Ironhide in one episode, and he was also the F-15, the black F-15 air raid. Yeah, I think that's him. I digress. But anyways, yeah, it's a great show. Though the cartoon series is based on the figures, there is no Fly Guy in the cartoon, because I'd remember this purple puke-looking guy if he came out in the cartoon. But what they had instead was there's an episode called Fly by Night with the same theme, a vampiric fly, except she's a lady and she was a hot cartoon lady. She was quite, I mean, for me, she was quite attractive. And the episode revolves around Max, Norman, and Virgil stopping her. So you could check it out. It's called Fly by Night. I think that's the episode that's based on this, because it's the same theme. It's a vampire fly. So overall, this is a good set. You could probably get it. You could still get it over at eBay or online shops, or if there are some sellers out there. I think it's like $20 and above. Depends on the seller, but yeah, and depends on the condition. But yeah, you could still get this set, and I'd highly recommend it. I mean, if you like, this is like the male Polly Pocket that's horror themed. So if you're a fan of those mini toys, you could go ahead and get them. And as you can see, it's pretty good. Looks good. The paint job is nice. The colors are nice, and overall, it was fun to play with when I was a kid, and it's fun to bring out every now and then. I mean, and display, because there's so much detail. So overall, that's what I have to say. It's a great set. It's nostalgic for me, and hope you enjoyed the review, and thanks for watching.
We meet again, mighty one. Welcome to my spaceship.